Yeah. Whew, man. All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? It is hot, 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 hot here in the San Francisco Bay Area. We're having an unusual heat wave with record highs. I believe we're hitting record highs for this time of the year. You know, it is May, you know, not quite summer yet, but it's not supposed to be this hot. When I left my place, my car said 95 degrees, and then when I got to the trail over here, it said 92. Well, it's going to be 3 degrees cooler when you're by the water. And I'll tell you, you know, if it wasn't for the SF Bay, it would be like 110 or 115 out here. I'll tell you, that SF Bay and the, you know, the microclimate that we have out here is what keeps us about anywhere from 10 to 15 and sometimes 20 degrees cooler than when you get further inland. So yeah, it's 92 degrees, it's hot. But if it wasn't for the damn water, you know, between the SF Bay and the Pacific Ocean and those crosswinds with within the microclimate, it would be like 110, 115. And I don't think I would be doing this walk in 115 degree weather. It'd be like walking through the Mojave Desert. Would not want to do that. But I hope you're all having a great day here today. I hope everyone is doing well. I have another great topic for you folks here. We're going to be talking about, you know, how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind, because that's all it takes, folks, to turn your life around, is getting from a negative to a positive state of mind. It's as simple as that, but yeah, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I've been through it. I've had negative states of mind many times in my life. And I'm sure it'll probably happen to me again at some point. But at least at this point in my life, at age 48, I figured out that, hey, even if I have some negative things happen to me, or, you know, I react or overreact to something, I need to think about, you know, is it worth it? And identify quickly and turn it around and turn that negative into a positive, right? A negative and a negative equals a positive, right? Well, technically two wrongs don't make one right. But you know what I'm saying, right? Anyway, yeah, it feels a little cooler on the trail because, you know, the light breeze is keeping me cool from the water. Oh, man. I'm in a phenomenal mood today, folks. I'm going to update you folks on some content coming to this channel later tonight and tomorrow and throughout the rest of the week. My lady and I are going to be really tearing it up over on Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live stream. So if you have not subscribed to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored live streams, please do so. Things are heating up over there in a good way. I mean, we're getting some great information out there that is helping a lot of people work through, and you know, any types of issues they have, any types of trauma they may have, whether it's emotional trauma, mental trauma, right? My lady's been sharing her stories as raw and real as I've shared mine. And that's why we make a great team in real life. And that's why we make a great team out here on YouTube and in running my coaching business. We believe in you, folks. My lady and I truly care about everybody. We believe in you. We believe that everyone has greatness deep within. But for some people, it's buried deep, deep down. And we want to help each and every one of you dig it out or dig it up, right? And bring out the best in each and every one of you. That's what we want to do. That's our purpose out here. That's our mission, our purpose. That's what we're passionate about. That's what our desire is. I know my lady was on the phone with her mother earlier. That was like 2 hours ago. And she's probably still talking with her mother. Damn, those women can talk all day. God dang it. I got work to do. I got work to do than talk all day. Don't get me wrong. I love my family, right? I love my family, but seriously, like, you know, my aunt and my mother, I love them to death. They're two of the most amazing women in my life, and my lady number 3. So it's my baby. Unfortunately, you're the third most important woman in my life. You know, my mother comes first, then my aunt, and then you. You're a very close third. I love all of you, but I'm sure you can understand that, baby. Family always comes first. The immediate family always comes first. And I love my mother and my aunt. But boy, can they both talk. Can they both talk? You know, I got to put out this, I may put out this video on my main channel here. I have this cell phone video of my father, my mother, and my aunt. It was taken from a Nokia 6650 or something like that. It was really shitty quality. It was in color, but it was in shitty, grainy, like 480p or 360p quality. But and the audio was shit too. But you could hear it, right? I need to put this out on this channel. Maybe I'll dig it up tonight. Where I was having like I think it was Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner. It was Thanksgiving dinner or some type of dinner. My brother, I don't think my brother was there for some reason. I think he was married still at the time, and he was out of town visiting his, wife's family at that point. Now his ex-wife, obviously, right? But I recorded this video. I was trying to do it in a secret way. My mother and my aunt were sitting there, and they were like talking 100 miles an hour, like the Greek women do, or women do that in general. But the Greek women talk like 100 miles an hour, and it's hard enough to understand them when they talk 100 miles an hour in English. But when they're talking 100 miles an hour in Greek, I'm like, shit, I can't even keep up with this, right? So my dad, I keep panning the camera left and right. My dad's sitting there trying to eat his food, and he's like, would you please be quiet? I'm trying to eat my food, or something like that, right? And then my aunt, which is my dad's sister, and my mother, they kept on talking, right, 100 miles an hour, right? And my dad kept saying, could you please be quiet? I just want some peace and quiet, or something like that. And they were, there's some people coming. I'm going to pull off to the side. So my aunt goes, my dad, they were talking about my dad and how he brought the family over and what he did to make life easy for the family. He worked hard, right? And then my dad goes, I will explain that to you in a second, Chris. I had to unmod a bunch of people and remove a bunch of people. Hang around, I'll explain that in just a second, but I want to finish the story first. So my dad goes, that's why I did what I did. And I worked like a slave to give you all what you've got. And then my aunt goes in her Greek accent voice in English, she goes, and we appreciate that and we thank you. And I'm sitting there like this is like comedy gold for me, right? It's comedy gold, right? And then my dad goes, now be quiet before I get upset. He just sat there all cool, calm, and collective, and he's like, the women of the family, they run their damn mouths all the damn time, right? They can't stop talking. The guy just wants some peace and quiet after busting his ass, right? To provide the livelihood, right? Now, don't get me wrong. We've all worked hard in the family, but my dad, I tell you, my dad The reason why the Melas family became what it is, and I say this with humility and in the most humble ways, the reason why the Melas family became the way it did is because of my father and what he did, and how hard he worked to, bring the family over to the U.S. to give us all a better life. And how my father, jumped the boat to come over here and check things out. And then he got deported. And it's kind of a long story. One day what I'm going to do is this. What I got to do? I got to interview my aunt. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to interview my aunt, and I bet you she'll be proud to share this story. I'm going to interview my aunt. This is going to be a long-ass interview because my aunt can talk for days and weeks. God dang. You gotta carve out like 5 days in a row. If you're going to hang out with my aunt, it's no quick meetup. It's like an all-week affair, right? And yes, booze are involved. Now they're going to call my aunt a drunk. No, she's not. She likes her brandy and cognac and all that, right? Now, baby, they're gonna call my aunt an alcoholic, right? That's funny, man. And my woman hasn't met my aunt yet, but I said to my lady that my aunt would love the hell out of you. My aunt would have some drinks with you. Maybe I'll have you go hang out with my aunt for a week. You ladies can hang out and talk and have a few shots, right? And shoot the shit, right? Now my aunt's a lot like my woman. Like my mom is more like she's more laid back. She can be feisty at times, but my aunt can be feisty, but she means well. So my aunt and my woman will be like two peas in the pod. Because my aunt had to struggle to make everything happen, My aunt, when she was married, and her and her husband got divorced while she was pregnant with my cousin. And despite all of that, my aunt busted her ass. She got her cosmetology licenses at a young age and ran a very successful cosmetology business. She's still running it, but she's running it from home now on occasion. She's kind of semi-retired. She's like 76, 77, I believe. And boy, is that woman strong. That woman still keeps going. She's not going to stop working until her time comes, just like my dad. Like my dad used to tell my friends when they would ask my dad, "Hey, Dimitri, when are you going to retire?" My dad would go, "When I'm 6 feet under." And then my dumb former friend at the funeral said, "Hey, dude, I guess your dad's retired now." "Yeah, dude, that's a real nice thing to say. My dad just died, and you're making a joke about him officially retiring at death." And I guess that's why we're no longer friends anymore. Well, that's not the only reason, but man, God, dude. God rest my father's soul, I'll tell you that. I'm glad to be here with or without Maud because that's what true support is. Is my lady here? I don't see my lady here yet. She's probably still talking to her mom. I'm sorry that happened to you. Welcome to the show, Morning Talk. How are you doing? Can you be more specific regarding what you're talking about? I would appreciate that. Well, you're welcome. Be more specific. I'm sure you're trolling, and I'm not trying to accuse you of that, but it's all good. I'm not worried about it. I'll answer any legitimate questions from anyone, whether they're trolling or not. That's the way we handle things over here, you know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my stepdad was murdered. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Chris. What the guy said about your father and the other stuff, I am not always trolling. But you troll sometimes, so you're actually a troll, sir. I'm assuming you're a guy because most women don't troll out here on YouTube. Only guys troll, right? So I'm just wondering. I don't even know what you're talking about. What that guy said about my father? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. To be honest with you, you know, I have just been focused on my content and spending time with my lady, and I really haven't focused on anything else outside of my channels and other, channels I follow, like Coach Corey Wayne and some other tech channels and stuff like that. If you're talking about, oh, Jesus. Am I still on, or is my screen just dimming? I think my screen is dimming because it's hot. So don't mind me. I think I'm still here. Yeah, it is immoral to do that, but you guys got to understand, people are going to do that to try to knock you down when you're creating greatness. So it's like, I'd rather not even talk about it because it's not worth it, right? Now, I get some people want to talk about it because they want to vent things out, but, if we're going to talk about it, I'm not looking to stir anything up. I've long moved on from everything, and I'm just here to help people that want to move forward in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? That's all. Boy, my lady must still be talking with her mother because, damn, it's been like well over 2 hours that they've been on the phone. God. Whew, man. You're still on, Eli. Thank you. I will explain what happened, Chris, in just a second. But before I get to that, so like I was saying earlier, my lady and I are going to be doing lots of content this week and from here on out on Coach Eli 2 uncensored live streams. And we're going to do it semi-pre-recorded. Let me explain to you what I mean by that. We wanted to do it pre-recorded, but the problem with doing something pre-recorded, because of the high quality I record at, it takes YouTube a long time to process. Like if we did a 2-hour pre-recorded video, it would literally take overnight for that to process in the highest quality. And I wouldn't be able to release content we create same day. I could release it in lower quality, but that wouldn't do it justice, and I want to do it justice. So instead, what we've decided to do is record our content while it is being broadcasted live to a private audience. So we're going to be doing our content technically live on the YouTube streaming server, but it will only be privately available to each individual that we give access to. It will be a private live stream. And only people we give direct access to will be able to view it live. Hence, trusted people in our moderator group. And even if that link is shared out, no one else will be able to view it because we're giving individual access to every person. And once the live stream ends, the private live stream ends, we will immediately flip it to public. And here's the great thing about when you live stream, YouTube is processing your video as you're streaming, right? So it's already pretty much done processing for the most part once the replay comes back. Once the replay comes back on your live stream, it's automatically available at the highest quality you streamed it at. You streamed it at, which in my case is 1080p at 60 frames per second. That's the reason why we're doing it this way. And we want to do it this way because we really want to focus on getting the right information to the right people with minimal distractions from detractors and haters and stuff like that. I mean, we can handle that, not a big deal. But we decided for the time being, that's how we're going to be doing these things. And people will still be able to watch the replay publicly in the same high quality, and they'll still be able to comment in the comment section. Now, I will make it very clear, I've got very strong comment filters with strict enforcement enabled through YouTube. I've got my own block words list, and also use Nightbot. So, you know, I'm just trying to put it out there to everyone. It's not worth wasting your time. I mean, if you want to waste your time trying to bypass my spam filter, I mean, that's on you. I'm just saying, look, we just want to put out our content to people that enjoy it, people that can learn from it and benefit from it, and are open to benefiting from it. Casually Unfiltered Forever with the $1 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Chris. It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. Now let me explain something that you weren't aware of. I've removed from the Coach Eli private moderator group page about 10 people. I've pretty much removed about 10 people because I want to be very, very careful in how I say this, because I'm not trying to cause any issues. And let me just make something very clear before I respond. Okay, let me pull off to the side. Somebody's coming. You know, I'll make it very clear at every piece of content I do. Hopefully I remember to do this from here on out. You know, the views and the opinions expressed here are solely my own views and opinions. And they are being expressed in a generalized way. My views and opinions are not targeted to any one specific people, or any one specific person, I mean, sorry. They're not targeted to any one specific person or group of people. So my apologies in advance. If I offend anyone directly, that's not my point. I just share my views at a broad-based level. This channel was recommended by Mandy C. Well, how's Mandy C doing? Mandy C was going to collaborate with me on something, and she's gone AWOL. Absent without approved leave. I'm just kidding, Mandy, if you're around. Mandy C, we've connected on Facebook Messenger, and we sent a few messages about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard back from her. So I just told her, get back to me when you're free. I think she's caught up in the true crime thing or drama or whatever. You know, I'm also connected with, semi-connected with Jess, aka Granny's Watching, but she still hasn't figured out how to ignore drama and move forward from it. Maybe one day that'll happen. Nevada Trucking and Trails, new here. Well, that's interesting. Welcome to the show. How'd you find out about the channel? Yeah, no, I support Jess, aka Granny's Watching. I went on her channel one time. I went on a panel, and I was just telling her, all you have to do is stop feeding into it. Stop talking about Stop the back and forth. But I think that Granny's watching Jess is basically just leveraging the traction and making as much money off the drama as possible. And it's still profitable for her, but at some point, it's not going to be sustainable anymore. And she's got to figure that out real soon. I mean, if I was her, I'd flip the switch right now. Start working with people like myself and other more positive people, and she can create better greatness than what she's got now. But that's on her. It's her choice. Everyone has their own choice in how they want to run their channels and do things in their lives. I get it. Yeah, I'm not here to talk about the drama and stuff like that. It's not that big of a deal. Casually Unfiltered Forever with the 99-cent super chat. Well, thank you so much, or super sticker. I mean, thank you. It's not really necessary, Chris, but thank you. Here's the thing, Chris. I had to remove about 10 people from my group because, some things fell apart. Some things went down over the last several days that, we've buried the hatchet, and I publicly apologized, and I apologize here again today. I'm only sharing this because you're unaware of what happened, and I just went and removed you and removed some other people, and there's only really about 10 people left in my group. I had like 23 at one point. I think there's 10 or 12 left, something like that. But I ended up removing people that I felt were, I hate to say this, Chris, that I just felt, were not let me just put it this way, not a productive use of my time. I'm not trying to be rude to you or anyone else. I still love all of you. But you folks found a different community, and I wanted to respect that and let you folks go off and do the things you wanted to do. I say that respectfully. And I will say this, my group behind the scenes has become very peaceful and relaxing, and that's all I've ever wanted. I'd rather have 10 people in the group that are relaxed and easygoing and keeping things flowing in that aspect than having just a lot of craziness happening, right? Everybody has a different way of doing things, and I respect that. I fully respect that. So, there were some other things also, Chris, to be honest with you. And I'm just gonna give it to you straight and be honest, man. I'm not trying to criticize you or Will or anyone else, but there've been a lot of people that have come into my moderator group and they've tried to use it as a I don't mean to be rude, Chris, especially after you donated, but I'm gonna be honest, like an e-begging platform. I'm not here to work with people that are going to e-beg for money every now and then when they're short on things. Like I got my own bills to pay, and I live in one of the most expensive areas on the planet, and I got a lot of money to shell out each month, right? And I've got a limited budget to what I can do and can't do, at least until I start making more money through my business here, which is not quite there yet. So, I'm limited to what I can shell out. But despite that, the purpose of me connecting people behind the scenes is to collaborate with other YouTubers and create content together to grow together. And I just think that what ends up happening sometimes with certain people in these groups is that they use them for other agendas, and that's not the point. It's okay. I understand. I'm not offended. No, I appreciate you, Chris, and I still support you too, man. But, I had to remove people and block people from Facebook for the time being. Down the road, we may be able to, rekindle things. We just need to give this some time and space, man. And maybe reconnect, in the future under better circumstances. Yeah, I got your message. I got your message. You said that you were able to generate the money you needed for your trip. I'm happy that you were able to make that happen, man. I'm happy that you were able to make that happen, and some other people, were in a better position than me to help you out. That's awesome, man. I hope you either enjoyed that trip if you went on it, or you're going to enjoy it when you go on it. So that's what happened, folks. And I'm glad we're talking about this, because this is part of the topic today. How to get from a negative to a positive state of mind. Let's just get right to it. Let's get right into it here. I did it on my own. I had to do side work, basically handyman work. Well, that's good. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm really proud of you. Yeah, if that's the real you, God loves me, Nightbot timed you out because you're a naughty word. You want to come in on one of your other accounts that doesn't have God loves me on it, that's fine. As long as you're respectful, you can stay. But for right now, your word's a blocked word. You can come in on your GLM with like 100 G's to bypass my spam filter, ma'am. If that's the real you, welcome to the show. And by the way, if that's the real you, GLM, yeah, I've seen some of your videos lately. Not because I went out looking for them, because my lady was keeping up with some people, and she's no longer doing it. She's just blocked and, moved on from, many people. But yeah, she made me aware. The other account is blocked here. Oh, God loves Eli. So what's up, GLM? What's on your mind? What would you like to say? You just understand there are block words that will have Nightbot time you out. Or the YouTube block words list won't let go through. A guy like me has to be on security overload on here. If not, I'd be getting trolled like hell right now. Right now, I don't have any mods here. See, I've automated moderating, which is helping me out a lot. And I just moderate the few that break through, right? That's great. It's all good. Yeah, Eli blocked the entire alphabet on his channel. If I have to block the damn entire alphabet or turn off the chat, I will. I don't know. Just came by to say hi and see what you were talking about. Well, that's great. That's wonderful. If it's the real you, that's wonderful. How are you enjoying this hot day here in the San Francisco Bay Area? It's about 92 degrees where I'm at. I got a light breeze, which is keeping me cool, but by the time I'm done with this walk today, I'm going to be thirsty as hell. I got to start carrying my water pouches with me to keep me more hydrated. I just keep forgetting. I keep forgetting we're not in love anymore. Michael McDonald, right? I keep forgetting. Great song, right? I keep forgetting things will never be the same again. I keep forgetting how you made it so clear. Michael McDonald, part of the Doobie Brothers back in the days, right? What a great voice, man. What a great voice. What a legend. There's no comparison with all the crap we have nowadays. Talking about how I effed your bitch and stupid shit like that, right? God, songs have like no meaning nowadays. That's why, that's part of what's contributing to the demise of the family home, the family life. 60% divorce rates and all that crap, right? It's not just feminism, it's just, it's all these songs that both men and women are singing, right? It's just a very strange time in our society now. Unlike any other period of time we've ever witnessed. I am also innocent, just seeing what the fuss is about. What fuss? Can you be more specific? I'm curious to know, what fuss are you talking about? Because there's absolutely no fuss here. There's no fuss here. Let's get right to it. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful, sunny, and very hot Redwood City, California. This is episode number 298, episode number 298. And the topic of today's stream is how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind. One more time, how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind. Sifu Smo, how you doing? Yes, you're another one that had your wrench removed. I think you know that. How you doing, Sifu Smo? Dion, welcome to the show. And yes, Dion knows he was another person that was removed from the Coach Eli moderator group. No problem being transparent about it. But, Dion and I are still talking behind the scenes, and my lady and I are talking to them on occasion, and whatever's meant to be is meant to be. But how you doing, Dion? What's going on, bro? It's nice to see you here. Today we're talking about how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind. And I'll make it real simple for you folks. It's not easy to do, but the answer is quite simple. The answer on how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind is quite simple. It's a choice that you make. One more time, it's a choice that you make. It's your choice how you want to show up during every interaction in life. It's your choice to show up negative or positive, right? But why is it so difficult? Why is it so difficult at times to make the right choice? The right choice is to be positive about everything in life. Even negative things that happen to you in your life, you handle them in a positive way. You learn to become stronger and understand that sometimes things aren't going to go your way. Sometimes people are going to disagree with you, right? Sometimes people are going to come at you, and you got to learn to understand that, hey, it is what it is. Let people talk all they want. Whether it's in real life or on social media or YouTube, let people talk all they want. Let people have their fun. Because what matters the most is not what they say. Let me repeat this one more time. What matters the most is not what they say. What matters the most is how you handle it. Do you handle it in a negative way or a positive way? Right? I used to not handle these things the right way in real life and on YouTube and on social media. I used to react. I used to get triggered, right? And what did that do? Nothing. It set me further back. It drained my energy, right? It cost me relationships with women I was dating and other friends and stuff. It cost me a lot. And when it finally dawned on me, all I had to do was just say, hey, it is what it is. And don't let it get to me. And don't react or overreact. And if you're going to respond respectfully, professionally, and maturely. I'm halfway done on this side here. My phone is dimmed because when the iPhone gets hot, because it's like over 90 degrees, when the iPhone gets hot, it dims the screen so it won't overheat. So I'm having a hard time seeing my screen, but I'm still alive. Wyoming, says Nevada Trucking and Trails. Hello at Morning Talk. God loves Eli, says. Dion, hey brother, I love those memes you've been making lately. Very funny stuff. Is that GLM, LOL? I mean, it's either GLM or a sock. I mean, if it is GLM, that's one of her sock accounts because her main account and her name is blocked here. Not because I don't want her talking. It's fine. She's been fine lately. You've been fine, GLM. Even my lady kind of likes you, GLM. Not in that way. Don't take it out of context, GLM. But even my lady hearing some of your recent videos, and I'll be honest with you, GLM, you've been flabbergasted because, some of the shit that you've seen happen on this platform is just surreal, So, I mean, but, it is what it is. I'm just sitting there, my lady made me aware of one of your videos, and you're sitting there in your bathtub, just covering your tatas, so you don't get your channel shut down. And then you did that other one with your dog. We thought that was quite ironic. The one that you did with your dog, GLM, that was quite ironic. There's a lot of irony in that. We'll just leave that one alone. God loves Eli, says it's unbelievable that this stuff never ends. That's okay. It's not a big deal. There's a guy that was riding a mountain bike, wanted to come up here, but saw me up here and respectfully turned around. Awesome. All right, let's start heading back down. Why was my dog video ironic, LOL? Come on, GLM. You and I have been doing this shit for over 5 years. You're lucky my lady isn't here. My lady's on the phone with her mother. She's probably on a 3-hour call with her mother. LOL, Dion. That's right. GLE. God loves Eli. GLE. Well, God does love me because I respect the Lord. Well, Jesus Christ is the Lord. And I respect the Lord and God. God Almighty. I try to be the best possible God-loving man I can be. Kelvin Clymer, how you doing, bro? It's nice to see you, bro. It's been a while. How are things in your neck of the woods, bro? Hang on a second here. Something was stuck on my hand. It's all good now. Kelvin Clymer says, fun thing is a person that knows me call me a pessimist, but I'm like that because I'm self-critical and yeah, maybe a bit too much, but knowing your mistakes is the first step for a change. LOL, says GLE. Kelvin Clymer, but I look at myself as an optimist. I'm doing well. Great to hear that, man. And GLE says, God loves Eli. It's about progress, not perfection. That's true. That's true. Now the sun is hitting me right in the face. And oh, man. I still feel hydrated enough, but I should be bringing some water. I drink a lot of liquid. I drink a lot of liquid before I come out on these walks. And when it's not as hot, I can easily do both sides of the trail without water. But still not good to do that. But my body is always so hydrated that I'm smelling skunk. Oh, that's nasty. There's a skunk nearby. But yeah, like I said, I keep myself as hydrated as possible. But I'll tell you, by the time I'm done with this today, I will be a bit dehydrated. I'll be drinking some water in the car. Tried to ask earlier, should I mute? Go F. Go Flower. Go. Or are you guys fine? No. We're fine. We're fine. Let her talk. I would have banned her by now. No, she's fine. You don't need to mute her. That's a great funny way of saying ban her. You're so kind, Kelvin Clymer. If I remember correctly, you're from the UK. If I remember correctly, you're like somewhere in the UK, or Australia, or somewhere, right? Maybe that's how you folks say that out there. You're not as critical as we are in the United States, where we just say ban that mofo. You guys are like, let's just mute them. I wish us folks here in the US were as nice as some of you folks are in other countries. No, you were not blocked. Nobody's been blocked. No, I'm from Norway. Yeah, that's right. You're from Norway. That's right. Oh, I thought he was saying hi to me. So anyway, folks, how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind. It's a choice. Like I said, it's a choice. In order to be able to make the right choice every time, which is, being positive about everything regardless of whatever comes your way, you have to build up to a level of emotional strength that's unbreakable. Now, again, I want to say this respectfully. It's much more difficult for women to achieve this because women are naturally and biologically emotional beings that respond to everything emotionally first based on how they're feeling in the present moment. And then they reason with logic, or may reason with logic afterwards. But men, real men, not these sissies we have nowadays, real men respond to everything based off of logic. Real men respond to everything first from a logical standpoint, and then we might shed some emotion based on how we logically process the situation. See, women respond and react to everything emotionally first. So ladies, to you ladies out there, and GLM, I will give you props. You're a strong woman. You've been able to, for the most part, handle yourself quite well. Now, you've had your moments too. Every woman's gonna cry. You've done it. My lady's done it too, right? I'm a man. I've cried every now and then. Not all the time, because then I'd be a woman, which I'm not. But I've seen some very, very strong women out here on YouTube come out here and initially get knocked down, like my lady. People were trying to knock her down, and she rose above it. I'm only sharing this for example purposes. I'm not trying to criticize anyone. Okay, I'm really not. Like, this is just an example of how situations like these can make people stronger, right? And it's made my lady stronger than she already was. I told her, I said, look, babe, you're a very strong woman off of YouTube, but that's not good enough for YouTube. You got to be 10 times stronger to survive on YouTube. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. All right. I don't think I've been cut off one time. In the 101, is rolling smoothly. There aren't a whole lot of people on the trail. No electrical interference. I mean, this is great. I love days like this. I love days like this where the shit just flows, right? Now, can she rise up like a phoenix? No problem, Kelvin. Are you asking about my lady, GLE, aka GLM? So like I was saying, while I wait for GLE to answer, I'll check the chat in just a few. The way you handle things in a positive way and turn things around from being negative to a positive is all based on your level of emotional self-control. A lot of planes are flying overhead today, and when I'm on this part of the trail, they fly right over me. It's very distracting because they're loud. So sorry about that. So it's based on your level of emotional self-control, whether you're a man or a woman. Now, technically and biologically, it should be a lot easier for a man to contain his emotional shit at a broad-based level. I'm speaking about men in general, right? But yeah, there are times where even the best of us, the strongest men emotionally, we lose our shit every now and then too. But then it's about also how quickly can we just realize what we did was stupid and turn it around and apologize and move on, right? God, Jesus, lots of freaking planes. And they're loud. That was like 3 or 4 in a row while I was on this part of the trail. That's all good. Good afternoon, Lewis Fuller. How you doing, bro? Nevada Trucking and Trails. Nightbot just timed you out for 300 minutes, probably for using a block word or using too many emojis. I'm just making you aware. Nightbot timed you out for 300 seconds because he gave you, I guess, 1 or 2 5-second warnings. So, sorry about that. We'll see you in 5 minutes. I wish Nightbot would tell me. Well, Nightbot could tell me what he was violated for, but I've actually disabled that feature because I didn't want Nightbot flooding the chat, because Nightbot would publicly share the reason, and it's unnecessary. And that way also people don't know exactly what's on the block words list. Just gave you a like. Well, thank you, Lewis. Hey, everyone else, please like this live stream, whether you're here live or on the replay. Please also share it out on your community tabs. Share it out on social media. And also, if you're new here and you're not chatting yet, that's because you haven't subscribed. It is a requirement to be able to chat that you subscribe. So subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications here on my main channel, and then you'll be able to chat immediately once you subscribe. There is no waiting period. You can chat right away. Also, please also subscribe to my other channel that will be monetized very, very soon. I just, in the last week alone, I incurred 1,000 watch hours on Coach Eli 2, my secondary channel. In 1 week, I incurred 1,000 watch hours. So, that channel may be monetized sooner than you folks think. Stick around. You know, I've got over 1K subs there, and everything else is all set. Obviously, I've got an AdSense account. It's linked to this account. This channel's monetized here. So please also subscribe to Coach Eli 2 Uncensored Live Streams. Nightbot is sharing the link every 7 minutes in the chat. That link, I believe, is also below in the description. And you can also go directly by going to youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. One more time, youtube.com/Coach Eli Uncensored. And also, if you would like to donate to this channel that you're on here right now, you can do so in one of many ways. You can hit that $sign at the bottom of your chat. That's called the Super Chat and Super Sticker. You can also donate via PayPal and Cash App, or both if you'd like. I'm not going to stop you. You want to donate to both. Money's money, right? Nightbot sharing my PayPal and Cash App links every 7 minutes. My PayPal is paypal.me/Coach Eli. And my Cash App is $, the real Coach Eli. Donations are not required, but they are greatly appreciated. Forgot to say that. Hey, babe, I see you just banned somebody. That's interesting. You just got to search for it. Yeah, when you search for some channels, you have to type in like GLM and then change your channel filters to channel level. And then you'll find the channel easier. There are filters on your app and also on the desktop/laptop version of YouTube. You gotta, whenever you search at the top, you gotta enter the term, and then it'll search, and then change your search filters to channels only. GLM just got here. Did I say something to offend? No. No, you didn't say anything to offend, babe. How you doing? Did you just get off the phone with your mother? How you doing, babe? Did you just get off the phone with your mother? Curious to know. Great to see you here moderating the chat, babe. Yes, Mama is good. Babe, you got to go back and check out the replay of the first part of the show. I was talking a little shit about you and your mother in a positive way. I was saying that, two women get together and talk. They can talk all goddamn day. I said I got work to do. I got business to take care of. I got to pay the bills. You and your mother talk for what? 3 hours? What the hell you talk about for 3 hours, babe? Babe, I know your family is going to take priority over me and these damn streams. I get it, baby. I'm just giving you a little friendly shit. But what in the world did you ladies talk about? I mean, I know you can't say a whole lot. We'll talk privately behind the scenes, babe. But by the way, babe, did you get my message? We're going to be doing a show tonight. We don't have to mention the time because it's not going to be publicly available until the replay. The replay will go public. The initial live stream will be a private stream, and only select people will be able to view it live, but then it'll go public on the replay. And I'll explain more to you. I sent you messages behind the scenes while you were talking with your mother for 3 hours. Mama is always a priority. Haha, my mom usually sometimes comes home drunk and talks with me and repeating herself in like 1 to 3 hours. Yeah, dude, women love to talk, bro. I mean, I'm like the exception. Like, I'm one man that talks more than men and women combined. I can talk all damn day, every day. I have a big mouth, but I own that. You know what I'm saying? I've said before, they say like women, Women speak about 8,000 words per day on average, and men speak about 2,000 words per day on average. Coach Eli speaks about 16 to 20,000 words on day per average. Coach Eli is an unusual fella. I own it. Hey, I own it. Come at me. I'm an unusual fella. I am. And I'm proud of it. I'm surprised my vocal cords are still intact as much as I talk all the time. Whoa. My mom doesn't drink. What's with the whoa, Sifu Smo? There's thousands of GLM accounts, no luck. I'm very introverted, so I tend to talk with people a lot if they talk with me a lot. Bro, usually introverted people don't talk a lot. But you talk quite a bit, and I like that. I love talking with you, Kelvin Clymer. It's nice to see you around, bro. You're still a mod here, bro. You always will be. You've never caused any problems, Kelvin Clymer. You're a good dude. You're a good dude. Lots of love and respect, bro. I'm so glad we've kept in touch over the years, bro. We've been connected for years now. Starting to get really, really hot. Woo! What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah. Whoo, man. I'll tell you this, baby. I'll go public and say it. I don't care. I had a very nice number 2 before I went live today, and I got to tell you, I'm feeling really good. Feeling amazing. You know that Zupu you got me? That Zupu, and then I took some, what do you call that stuff that you recommended for me as well? The stuff you used to recommend when you were a nurse. The Colace. The Colace, laxative stimulant, right? You take the Zupu before you go to bed. It starts working its way through, right? Loosening it up. And then you take a Colace in the morning, a laxative stimulant, and then boom. Boom! I'm talking about boom! Explosion. Massive explosion. I should have taken a picture of this and shown you, babe. I tell you, baby, if you had what I had in my stomach, like, you wouldn't be able to walk. I'll put it to you that way. I practically gave birth to a baby with the amount that came out. Here's another plane coming. It's gliding nice and slowly. Nice breeze right here. TMI love? That's okay, babe. I got nothing to hide. It's too much. Can't even read this. Well, an introvert usually not talking a lot, yes, but if you get to know us, introverts, and we feel comfortable, we can be mistaken for extroverts. Well, I've gotten to know you for over 2 years, bro. And I look at you like a brother. Where are all these planes coming from? I haven't seen this amount of planes like on a Tuesday. Like, I've literally seen about maybe 15 planes since I've been on this trail. Private planes. I think I'm only going to do one side of the trail today because it is so warm. I'm not going to overdo it. And then go home and relax and get ready to privately stream with my lady. I'm not sure what time we're going to do it at, but it's going to be sometime during the early evening or so. There's another plane right there. So beautiful out here. I take this for granted every day. I take this for granted, right? Eli had a feed baby. You heard it here, folks. Oh, a feed baby. Oh, that's, I guess you can call it that. GLM, aka GLE, aka GGGGGLM. That was a great, I mean, that, honestly, that soccer count was so hilarious. GLM, I just let you stay based on that alone. My lady and I got a good kick out of that one. It's like, man, if you're going to go through such great lengths, to bypass my spam filter, then damn, that was funny. I can laugh at a joke every now and then. I'm not that serious, But folks, we're talking about, how to get from a negative to a positive state of mind. It's all about how you see yourself. It starts off with how you see yourself. Do you love yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Do you love what you see in the mirror? Do you love the kind of person you are? Okay? That's where it all starts from. Happiness starts deep within yourself. If you can't be happy being alone and just being who you are, you will never enjoy true happiness with anyone else. You're not going to know how to share your happiness, and you're not going to know how to appreciate others' happiness if it doesn't start deep within yourself. There's my other buddy coming off on the trail. I'm going to pull off here for a second, let him pass. I see the regulars on this trail all the time now. Let's switch over to Highway 101. Traffic is flowing smoothly right by the Whipple Avenue exit. The exit where GLM got off and was playing I Got Murder on My Mind, I Got Murder on My Mind. That song, I Got Murder on My Mind. I can sit back and laugh at that now, GLM. I do have to say that was one of your most ballsiest videos you put out. One of your most ballsiest trolling videos you put out. And you try to appear like this ghetto chick, right? I understand you probably have a little ghetto in you, but you were actually raised from a good family. I think GLM, no disrespect, I think you're like a pretend ghetto chick that's actually educated and has a real life and does things in real life with family and your kid and all that. But I've grown to realize, some people just have a little fun on YouTube every now and then. That's the person that you are. You're the ghetto actress on YouTube. Oh, you're saying food baby, okay. It all starts within you, folks. How you see yourself is how the rest of the world's going to see you. Folks, listen, you don't have to believe a word I'm saying. I can tell you the same thing that Coach Corey Wayne tells his haters. You don't have to believe a damn word that this bald idiot says, right? You can call me a bald idiot if you want, right? The reason why I wear these hats, even on the trail, my head would be burning right now if I wasn't. Look, I've got long sleeves on right now. They're breathable long sleeves, but if I didn't have these long sleeves on, I'd be getting burned. And I'm not even wearing shorts. I'm wearing breathable Adidas sweats. That's why I don't get burned. I'll have to wear sunscreen when I dress this way. But you don't have to believe a word I say. Just try out the principles I teach and you'll see it'll change your life. Okay, Watch the movie The Secret. No matter what anyone tells you, watch the movie The Secret 5 to 10 to 15 times. You got to watch it at least 5 to 10 times or you won't get it. In the movie The Secret, you have multiple authors. I've said it before, I'll say it again, because repetition is a mother of skill, right? You have multiple authors and, private and public speakers, inspirational public speakers that are saying the same thing in different words. The secret is you. You are the secret. You are the secret. How you see yourself is how the rest of the world and everyone else is going to see you, right? How you see yourself is how everyone else and the rest of the world is going to see you. How you show up is going to make all the difference in how people show up towards you. And people just don't get how simple it is. I didn't get that. I didn't fully get that until watching The Secret. I was, 33, 34 when I watched it. It was about 14 years ago. It changed my life. I was nowhere nearly as well versed on life as I am today. And before I saw that movie, I had a friend of mine that told me I've got to watch it and watch it multiple times. And the first time I watched it, I was bored. But he told me to watch it over and over again. And I sat there and I said, I'm a smart guy. I'm going to figure this out. And I finally figured it out. And what it means is that if you don't love what you see in the mirror and how you feel about yourself deep inside, if you're not happy within yourself when no one else is around, you can never be happy being around other people or while around other people, right? And you can sit here and let other people criticize my content and say, I don't know what I'm talking about, right? And The Secret's full of crap, right? I will never, ever, ever recommend anything to anyone out here that has not worked for me and that I feel would not work for the masses. Watch The Secret, the movie. You don't even have to read the book. You can read the book too if you want, but watch the movie The Secret 5 to 10 to 15 times. The more you watch it, the more you will learn to understand this concept. And once you master this concept, nothing or no one will ever be able to stand in the way of your happiness ever again, because you'll be in control of your happiness deep within. Have you read the book? I read the book several years back. I've never read the book, GLM. I've watched the movie many, many times. I hear the book is pretty good too. Some people have said the book is better. So what is your take, your honest take on the book, The Secret, GLM? No trolling, serious feedback there. I'm curious to know. Because obviously, GLM, it's made an impact on you. Because I'll be honest and come out and say, look, outside of all this trolling BS, I think you're a pretty decent person and you live a pretty decent lifestyle and you have a good family and you have a good support system in real life like I do and my lady does, right? We have family, right? A lot of these people that we have associated with on YouTube, for example, unfortunately, I say this respectfully, they don't have the best support system. Right? And I feel bad for them, and that's why I do what I do. I want to help as many people as possible, more so, especially the people that don't have any type of support system in their real life. Sifu Smo's laughing. I can't mute when I'm on mobile. Pardon me, forgive me. Got a woman coming on the side of the trail. I move up to the side. That's a good thing I'm not single. mean, I'm not a weirdo. I wouldn't be weird with these women on the trail, but I'd say hello and talk with them. A lot of beautiful women on this trail. And when my lady walked this trail with me one time, we'll have to do it again, babe. She was another beautiful woman on this trail. But yes, I'm taken and I'm very happy. Doesn't mean I can't notice other beautiful women, and doesn't mean my woman can't notice other attractive men. Nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, we're together. It's all good. Plus, this is the way women are. Like when many women want one man, it makes you more valuable to your woman. Like, I'm not here to play games or anything. That's the way women are. Women want the man that all women want, right? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just a humble, average guy. But that's just the way it is. And I'm beginning to feel it now. I still got some energy to make it off the trail and get some liquid. But no, I'm not going to push myself to the other side without liquid. If I had some water, I would probably do the other side of the trail. But I'm only going to do about 3.5 miles a day one side. We are at, so sunny I can't even see, 77 minutes, an hour and 17 minutes. An hour and 17 minutes. I walked this side of the trail pretty fast. I could probably do both sides in probably an hour 40, hour 45. It would probably be a record for a stream to do both sides. Typically, with all the stopping and stuff, I've had some streams go as long as 2 hours and 20 minutes, 2.5 hours going to both sides and answering questions in the parking lot. But I'm getting my step back. Like, my sciatica is almost all gone. I'm almost back to normal. I've just been fighting off the last lingering aspect of it and just getting stronger every day. And the stronger and stronger I get, the quicker I walk these trails. Kelvin Clymer says, noted it down, but I already got what you're saying there. I have not watched or read the book. It is usually more filled with information, though not necessarily means it's better. Yeah, what are your thoughts about the book, GLM, if you're still around? Yeah, Kelvin, here's the thing. If you understand what I just said here, you don't even need to watch the movie. Right? But it took me watching the movie 5 to 10 times to start understanding what it meant. Of course, I was much younger then. I was in my early 30s. And now I'm almost 50. I'm 48 years old. Shit, almost 48 and a half. Actually, I think I am 48 and a half. It's halfway to my next birthday. Damn. Whew, jeez. But yeah, if you understand that the secret is you and how you see yourself is how everyone else is going to see you. Like, here's the thing. If you're a happy, fun, positive person within yourself, don't you think people are going to be naturally attracted to you? Now, of course, you're also going to attract some haters. But the haters you attract are only reacting to your happiness in that way because they're just not happy within themselves yet, right? And so if you want to attract happy people, you got to be happy yourself. and you also need to avoid the unhappy people that are going to try to project their unhappiness onto you because they wish they could be as happy as you, right? And once you start to understand that, you're going to start looking at every aspect of life in a positive way, even if it involves a negative situation. You know what I'm saying? You will never look at anything from a negative standpoint again, right? And again, it doesn't mean we aren't going to experience many negative things along the way as positive people, but if we handle those negative things in the most positive ways possible, right? It won't throw us off our center. It won't throw us off our game. It won't set us back. It'll keep us propelling forward, not wear us down. And will help us reach our goals, dreams, and aspirations much quicker. I mean, had I known how to handle myself on YouTube 5 years ago when I came on, I'm not trying to say I'm all that, I would have had 1 million subscribers right now. Would be making a lot more money and would have handled things differently and wouldn't have had to deal with a lot of the things I've had to deal with out here. But hey, live and learn. I was new to it, right? I was new to being a full-time content creator. I've been on the platform since it came out, watching videos back in the days where they had those cat videos, before Google even bought it from those 3 college guys, like 18 years ago for 1.8 billion, right? What a great investment, right? I had to learn. I had to learn the ropes. Now I've learned the ropes. Now it's smooth sailing, right? Because I've experienced everything possible. And nothing phases me anymore. And now my lady's gone through it and she's learned it, right? And her and I together are going to continue to teach people how to be stronger in all aspects of life, online and offline. That's what we're going to do, because the online world has become a big part of our reality, right? We want to teach people how to better balance their online and offline lives, right? We want to learn, well, we want to teach people to learn how to not let the smartphone overly consume you, especially when you're on the date. Now, you know, I've told my lady, only time I use my phone when we're on a date, if we're taking a walk, I use one of the Map My Walk apps to calculate the mileage and the calories. Right? For the most part, that's all I do. I don't need to check emails. I don't need to check anything. I mean, occasionally I will if it's something important for the business, but I don't sit there on my phone 100% of the time when I'm on a date. Like when we go to dinner, I always put the phone face down. And a lot of people will say, oh, what are you trying to hide? I'm not trying to hide shit. It's a distraction when you leave it face up and then all the notifications go off. It's distracting. So I put it to silent. I put it to silent or vibrate, and I put it face down. So that way I can focus on my lady or whoever I'm hanging out with, right? And then occasionally, every now and then, every 15, 20 minutes or so, check to see if there's an emergency or something, and then put it right back down, right? A lot of people are glued to that damn thing the entire time. If that's how you are, then why are you on a date in the first place? Why are you hanging out with somebody in the first place? You can be on your smartphone 100% of the time at home. Why do it while you're out? Why go out if you're going to, be on that phone all the time? Even though I'm very optimistic, that is something I've grown on now over the years, but I have my ways to look like a pessimist. Kevin Clymer says, but yeah, you have to look at yourself in a good light for others to look at you in a good way. I just feel I am a positive person overall, but because I often react in negative ways, people look at me with a negative look. But I often do that because I'm self-critical, as mentioned before. That is something I have grown on now over the years, but I have my ways to look like a pessimist, even though I'm very optimistic. You're very normal, Kelvin Clymer. I have those moments every single day. There's nothing wrong with being self-critical. I'll be the first person to come out here live on the air and say I can be a piece of shit at times. I can, right? I have my moments, right? And for the most part, I realize when I am a piece of shit and I apologize for it. But sometimes I don't realize it because sometimes I don't realize that certain things I say and do may not offend most people, but could offend some. And you have to grow to understand and realize that everyone's going to respond to you differently. And you do the best you can to, you know, be as positive and polite to every single person you encounter. If you have some moments where a few people every now and then, are unhappy with you, do what you can to turn that around in a positive way. Be the better person and, have a heart and realize that this is the way I look at it. Whether I'm right on something, that doesn't matter. What matters to me is how other people feel. And guys, if you understand this when it comes to women, one thing is understanding that how they feel in the present moment is everything, is the most important thing. What's most important to a woman is how she's feeling in the fucking present moment, right? It's how she feels right now. Now, how she feels right now could be based on what happened in the past or what she may think happens in the future, but women's emotions and feelings are in the present moment. The most important thing to a woman is how she feels right now, right? And most men don't understand that. Most men think, okay, well, I had a problem, she had a problem with her daughter, weeks ago. So what's wrong right now? Why is she still hurt over it now? Well, that's how she's feeling right now, dude, because she's not over it. She will never get over it. You got to understand, that's going to be a part of her. So take her feelings into consideration and say, hey, babe, I know you're still struggling over this. I'm here for you. I'm your rock. And eventually, we'll figure out a way for it to turn around. In the meantime, I've got your back. That's all you have to do. Recognize how they're feeling in the present moment. So I get where you're coming from, Kelvin Clymer. And I'm going to walk off the trail here. There's a woman taking pictures. And on the phone. Give me a second. It's a beautiful day out here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Wow, there it went. I think I got it. Yeah, it feels a little bit cooler right here by the water. But I know when I get by the car, it's going to be about 90 plus degrees. Just such a nice day out here, I'll tell you. Who says you can't have it all? I've got everything a broken heart needs. Oh, I'm doing fine. Don't you worry about me. 'Cause I'm Lord and Master of a fool's Taj Mahal. Who says you can't have it all? Bow, now, now, now. All right. Get your final questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in less than 5 minutes, folks. Such a beautiful day for a walk. Beautiful day. So coming up at some point later tonight, my lady and I will be releasing at some point a live stream replay. We're going to be discussing how to overcome depression and anxiety. And we're going to be talking about what she's done and what she's worked on. Excuse me, I'm a little dry. We're going to be talking about what she's done, what she's worked on over the last 8 or 9 months to turn this around. She worked really hard. She was fighting. Go ahead. Got a bicyclist coming on the sidewalk, which you're not supposed to be riding on the sidewalk, and then cars coming on the street. And I had nowhere to go. Some people understand that you're not supposed to ride your damn bike on the sidewalk. The sidewalk's for pedestrians, not bicycles. But some people just don't get that. They don't. It's all right. That's all right. Bicyclists and motorists share the road. But yeah, we're going to be sharing how my lady turned things around in just under 9 months, maybe a little sooner than that. She did the work. And it wasn't really that much work, but she did the work and took those steps, even though she was fearful. And it turned her life around. And it made our relationship a whole lot better. You know, in the beginning, you know, the things she was going through that were out of her control were affecting our relationship, but I stood by her because I knew what she was worth. And she did the work. She got everything done. She took all the necessary steps to turn this around. Now, does she still have her moments? Sure. But for the most part, she's turned it around like a 180. She's done a 180 on this. Anyway, I don't think I've been cut off one time on this stream. This is amazing. I don't know what's going on today, but folks, I'm going to wrap this up. Look for that live stream replay sometime later on this evening on Coach Eli 2 on Censored Live Streams. And if you are someone that knows me privately outside of my moderator group, let me know, and I can send you information on what I need to give you access to the stream. There's going to be a private live stream, but the replay will go public. That being said, have yourselves a good one, and we'll see you all next time. Take care, and as always, be good to each other. Bye-bye, everyone.